I wanted to do one more thing with you guys that is music related. And this is something that I've been covering on the show a fair amount because it's very important. It doesn't just pertain to music, it pertains to live performance in general. I don't know about you guys. I canceled an entire year's worth of tour dates.
Yep.
And yeah, so did you guys have to do did you guys have a lot scheduled, or were you touring a lot this year, or not a lot, or what?
Yeah, we had a whole 20th anniversary tour for Horoscope planned. It was about over 2 months worth of touring, and it was supposed to be April, May. So at this point, it's postponed, but we're really hoping that we can make it happen next year, but it's definitely not happening anytime before then.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're going to do. So we recently actually we made this executive decision, which I'm really excited about. A lot of comedians, like, we just kind of do weekends because, like, we'll do comedy clubs and stuff like
Yep.
that at times. But our tour, we just do like independent venues because we do like single nights and stuff like that. So we'll actually play a lot of rock clubs and stuff like that. So we decided we're going to do it band style from now on, because we want to do more worldwide stuff. So from now on, we're just going to get in the van and go and do one city a night instead of just we were doing like one region a month where we were like flying out, doing 3 or 4 shows, flying home, which in some ways that's cool because you're not away from home for as long. But in other ways, it's exhausting because you feel like you should just start paying rent at LAX. And then, it's more fun to just knock it all out and really get in the van. So we're going to be doing like just a 5-week thing. And I'm thinking like if you shoot for fall 2021, you're playing it safe because by then there's got to be a vaccine by then.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully.
But I know right now most things are being booked, sort of starting around that time.
Well, have you seen how like some music festivals, they literally just scratched out 2020 and just put 2021 and like everything else to say? Then some of the bands that can, they just scratch them out, but they're just like, we're just moving it over.
And even that is optimistic in a lot of cases, I think. So,
I know. It's tough. Oh, it's so sad. I mean, one of the first things I want to do when all this is over is I want to see some live music. I mean, I miss it so much. Yeah, it's just, I mean, and you can kind of do, I mean, like, with an outdoor socially distanced setting, you can kind of recreate it a little bit, but it's rough. Have you guys done any like Zoom type stuff?
We've done a few like little acoustic type performances, but so far that's about it. We actually have some new music that we were kind of waiting until after tour to put out, but now we're going to go ahead and start putting that out. So I think once that comes out, we'll do a proper online show. But we'll see how that goes. Definitely not the same though.
No, it's not quite the same. I mean, I've seen some kind of cool stuff out there. Like, I know, do you guys know who Todd Snyder is, the alt country guy out of Nashville?
No.
I'm a big fan of him, but he does a thing every Sunday to try to help this one venue in town. Like, it's a really cool venue, like right in his neighborhood. So every Sunday he just does a set just by himself and live streams it and like takes donations for the venue. So, I mean, stuff like that's always cool, but it's just like, man. But the big problem is a lot of these venues, I mean, I can say from our experience, out of all the tour dates we canceled, 2 of the venues are no longer with us now. 2 of them like just did not make it at all. And there's a initiative out there called Save Our Stages. And here's an update from it from an outlet out in Richmond. Richmond area music venues urge Congress to save our stages. Campaign organizers with Save Our Stages want you to reach out to lawmakers in D.C. and tell them to save our stages. So there's 2 pieces of policy attached to this. So we're going to go to saveourstages.com. There's 2 different acts. One of them provides grants to music venues. The other provides loans that are mostly forgiven, but not all of it. So it's the Save Our Stages Act and the Restart Act. This is our final push to Congress. This is from saveourstages.com. There won't be another opportunity. We need the Save Our Stages Act and the Restart Act passed in order to keep independent venues nationwide from closing permanently. I personally have signed this already. And I have heard back from my congressperson, Judy Chu. Judy told me that she does support she supports the Restart Act. She's actually a co-sponsor of it, but she wasn't clear on whether or not she supports the actual Save Our Stages Act. We need people to support both. But, my congressperson at least supports one of them. And it wasn't clear. It was one of those form letters where they just said, I'm proud to support, copy and paste this policy. So it wasn't like it was a direct letter or anything. But this is going on. Have you guys heard of the Save Our Stages Act prior, or is this your first introduction?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely think it's super important. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's like venues are just closing down left and right. And, the big problem is that it's the independent venues, and which just further, exacerbates the problem that we have in every aspect of our economy, which is just that, the few big concert promoters are going to still have their venues because they're, because they have all the money, and the smaller independent clubs and theaters and stuff like that can't make a go of it. So they're either going to shut down altogether, or they're going to get swooped up by the larger corporations. So it's super important. I actually right towards the beginning of quarantine, I got involved with some other folks in the business, and we're starting a new musicians union. It's called Union of Musicians and Allied Workers, UMAW. So
that's awesome.
Putting our support behind the Save Our Stages has been one thing. We've also been doing a lot in terms of making calls, when it came to in the first round, and now again about unemployment and focusing on how musicians are going to be basically the last ones to go back to work. So making sure or at least trying to get that extra unemployment money, etc.
That's awesome.
We're focused on all. It's kind of a new thing, but we're focused on all kinds of different aspects of musicians and other people who work in the music business. So we're just trying to again come together, join up with other things that are going on, as well as doing our own actions. But just trying to figure out a way to come together. It's tough. I think there's in music there's a lot of sort of rivalry, and it makes it tough to really come together, and really we need to, when it comes to anything, like deals from record labels, or whatever it might be, streaming, issues with this streaming royalties, or
John, I heard from the CEO of Spotify. You guys just need to make more music. Stop being lazy.
You just got to put out more music. That's all you got to do. And
that was so condescending.
So condescending and infuriating. So we're just focused on a lot of those issues, and trying to come together collectively to where we can have a nice, strong group of, musicians, independent musicians, that can get together and say like, no, actually we need this,
So where can people go to learn more about that?
Unionofmusicians.org. Let me make sure I'm getting that right.
All right.
I think it's unionofmusicians.org is our website. But if you just do a search for UMA, Union of Musicians and Allied Workers. Yeah.
UMA. UMAW.
Yeah, unionofmusicians.org.
Perfect. Unionofmusicians.org. And everybody, saveourstages.com, sign that petition. The Save Our Stages Act and the Restart Act. Save Our Stages provides grants to places that have lost over 25% of their business, and music venues in particular. The Restart Act includes music venues and other institutions as well. And they provide very low interest loans, and a lot of the loan is forgivable as well. We need both these things to go through. We need both of them. And I know the fact that, well, some of it's a loan, that means they eventually have to pay it back. That kind of sucks. Yeah, it does kind of suck. But between both of these things, between the grants and the part of the loan that's forgiven, for a lot of venues, this is going to be the difference between whether they get to stay open or not. So it's really important that we save them, and, you know, they can work out the other stuff later. So it is important. SaveOurStages.com, and check out the unionofmusicians.org.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your